Hey, you there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Forged Alliance Forever. Today, I have a 5v5 custom match here on the most amazing Neuroxys map generator. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players, starting off with Team 1 in the north, ending with Team 2 in the south. Starting off with Team 1's Eastern player, then working our way westward, we have in Emerald Green, Team 1's Chicken. He is an Aeon for this match as an 1800. He is tied with two other players for the highest rated player on his team. And next door to him is one of those two players. It is Amon-Ra in Ruby Red. He is a UEF, and again, he is an 1800. To his southwest, we have in Pac-Man Yellow, the Seraphim player of RGB VC MG. He is a Seraphim for this match, and again, he is at 1500. To the northwest, most likely the Rigard Airslot here for Team 1. It is Balfron. He is a UEF for this match as a 1400 in lightish red pink. And last but not least for Team 1, as an 1800, tied for the highest rated player on his team with Amon-Ra and Chicken, it is Blendshake. He is a Seraphim for this match in Regal Purple. So for Team 1 side of the map, they have two Seraphim, two UEF, and one Aeon, no Cybrans for Team 1. Starting off with Team 2's Western player, they're working away eastward. We have in Chevy Crimson, Vaswam 1. He is a UEF for this match as an 1800. In Imperial Grey to his east, we have Sir Train. He is a UEF for this match. He is a 1600. In Royal Blue, we have RNA. He is a Seraphim for this match as a 1600 as well. In Rust, we have the player of Dimitri 11. He is a UEF for this match. He is a 2200, the highest rated player on Team 2 and in the game overall. And last but not least for Team 2, we have in Orange Chagala Orange, Bohonakakti. He is a Seraphim for this match as a 1200. Over Team 2 side of the map, they have 3 UEF and 2 Seraphim. Team 2 lacks Cybran and Aeon technology, which means for the entirety of this match, there are no Cybran players. Apologies to those spicy space socialists. Hopefully you enjoy the game nonetheless. And for 10 players on the map, let's take a look at the reclaim that our players have to scoop up, currently sitting at 53,000 mass in reclaim, which means it is 5.8k mass per player, and it is dotted very well pretty much around the map. There's definitely, of course, a nice little 3,000, 3,000, 1,800, another 3,000 right next to Vaswan's base. There is a lot of mass essentially next to our players. And then they go a little bit further out, and those pickings start to get very slim in the middle of the map. Not really a lot. There's a little bit around this little mountain here in the middle of the map, but not really that much. The majority of the mass is already next to our players, so there won't be a lot of fighting over mass. It'll be mainly just grabbing all of those mass in reclaim before the opponents show up to knock down their front doors. And speaking of mass, of course, in Mex counts here, we'll take a look at Team 1 side of the map. I think we'll just cut it straight north, or straight in half across the middle here, and take Team 1 in the north and Team 2 in the south. I feel like that's going to shape things majority. That's kind of how it's leaning. Team 1, there is a quad mix here, as well as another quad. That's a 5-star mix. I'll include that as a 5-star mix. Another quad mix. Yeah, it's another quad mix. We'll call that there. Another quad mix over there in the northeast. Another quad mix here for Team 1's Chicken. He's getting a lot of those quad mixes. There's another one over here for Blendchick. And I believe, I think we'll call that a quad mix position here for Team 1's Blendchick as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4 quad mix positions at 5-star mix for our players to grab in this game. Well, maybe I risk counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quad mixes, 1, 5. Yeah, so about 6 decent grouping of mixes to grab. We already see some units outbound from Team 1's Blendchick in the southwestern corner, trying to establish a foothold on the western edge of the map, trying to keep Team 2 away from just essentially claiming that entire side of the map. We do see that Voss is moving in with his commander to cut off any sort of reinforcements for Team 1 and isolate this position. He's sending units also on the south as well to do the exact thing, and essentially just slowly carve away at that position until nothing remains. In the middle, we see Team 2's RNA pushing in along this northeastern side of the main plateau. And I also like that there's kind of just these random dotted plateaus around the map. There are no mexes on most of them. There's 1 mex on one of them, and there's 3 mexes on another one. So I guess there's a tri-mex position up there as well for our players to grab. But there's not really that much in terms of mass development up there. But it is very tactical being up there on this plateau. There's a couple of rocks or glacier pieces or whatever they can grab up there. But of course, it offers some nice high ground advantages if they are so inclined to go for that. So Train going for a gun upgrade in the middle. We have Team 2's Dimitri over here to the east pushing in. Again, kind of mirroring what Team 1's Blinchick is doing, except he's not pushing him with a transport or just dropping units off. He's just trying to hold that line for the time being. Speaking of which, Team 2's Boss 1 has dealt with most of this base. There's a nice little couple of Team 1 PD emplacements trying to keep him at bay. Baswam not really feeling super well. But again, another facility is down. One of those 2 PDs are down. Only 1 remains. He's doing, again, a very good job of keeping any sort of reinforcements out of trying to, of course, reinforce that position. So he will deal with that here shortly. We do see that Team 1's RGB, VCMG pushing in, kind of mimicking what RNA is doing. And we do see Blinchick is moving into the south to probably assist his frontline forces over there. We do see that Amon Ross sitting in the middle of Team 1's Chicken's forward operating base with a couple of mass extractors and a nice little radar system and some engineers for reclaim. Got to get those engineers on the station, got to feed their families. Shaping up to be essentially a 1v1 in the southwest, a 1v1 in the middle here, another 1v1 over here on the other side of the middle. And, oh no, there's a 1v1 over here happening. I just couldn't see Chicken in the middle of all that green. We do see that Team 2's Sir Train pushing him with that gun, forcing back RGB. He's going to have no hope of getting his lights up and running. Sir Train's coming in and stomping those LEDs. We do see a gun has been started for him, and he needs it online sooner rather than later. If he doesn't get it probably at least to, I'd say 50% at a minimum, he should be fine. He's getting a lot of reinforcements, so he should be fine before Sir Train comes into range, and that gun upgrade will finish, and he will be able to push back at least a little bit. We are seeing some reinforcements inbound from 2 players, 1 from each team, trying to push in on the western side here to assist or derail Sir Train's operations. T2 coming online here for Blinchick. He should be fine. He might cancel it with all this pressure, but I don't think he will. We'll see if he does end up canceling. He has a couple of units nearby, not too much, and he does cancel it. Nice little win here for Voss in the southwest. We do see that calm action here between Sir Train and RGB heating up. Sir Train has lost most of his assisting forces, and RGB staring down that commander, being like, go away, this was my spot. We do see a nice little Team 1 land facility online, trying to, again, just derail Team 1's efforts. But Sir Train is not feeling well. 1-star veterancy on board that commander, trying to get some veterancy to get those hit points back up and running. More units, of course, inbound. There's a couple of T2 units also to assist. And it's just very much a back and forth in the middle. In the east, it's kind of quiet, but in the mid-east, I should say, but in the east, units inbound to just deal with any sort of piercing units from Team 1. They do a very good job. There's a couple of blazes over here to the east inbound from Chicken, which is what those units were probably dealing with earlier on. And now there are some counter pillars online that will deal with those quite nicely. And there are just more units kind of coasting in on this eastern edge. You see that Dimitri is producing even more pillars on that front line to assist with defensive measures. And I will like to point out, though, Team 2's commanders, or their faction layout or roster, Team 2 has 3 of the 5 of them being UEF, which means they don't have any direct fire experimentals, which can be very dangerous with Team 1 having 3 commanders having direct fire weapons. Team 2 also has to face off against Team 1's UEF commanders in the form of Fat Boys as well. So it's going to be a very interesting mix of experimentals. Not really that much direct fire weapons. It does favor Team 1, but Team 2, you can artillery creep with Fat Boys quite nicely if you get 4 or 5 of them online. That might be a strategy that Team 2 employs. The only issues, though, is that if they're in the middle, good luck. They have to be on the edges, so a straight shot down the middle is not advisable for the Fat Boys. That'll give Team 1 a little bit of breathing room in that regard, kind of having to come all the way around. But, of course, Team 2 has to worry about direct fire weapon experimentals like the Colossus and the Chicken. We do see that Sir Train is back. He's back up to pretty high hit points, almost 15,000 on board. He has nano that will definitely help with that. RGB has gun on board only, but he does have 1 star accuracy, getting up to 2. And so Train getting pretty much surrounded here. He pushed in once again, but he's probably a little bit overconfident. I don't know what his idea was. Ilshi's online as well here for RGB. So Train trying to get some nice veterancy. Does get another veterancy, another metal pin to his chest plate. We have more Ilshi's inbound to assist, and RGB trying to keep all of those reinforcements at bay. So Train, of course, is now at 3 star veterancy. RGB is now almost at 2. Another overcharge goes on another one of those thams. These comms are just going at it. They will not stop fighting at one another and at nearby units. Wall sections being established here by RNA, being like, well, if you build a wall, I'll build a wall. No one goes that way. Call it a day. Of course, the wall section kind of curtailing Team 1's interesting endeavors with this nice little hover tech units inbound from Chicken to be able to, again, kind of avoid that little pitfall that has a little pond there. Tiny little pond. You can probably hide a comm, maybe, but I would not advise that at all. His head might be sticking out, and that would not be a good day for that Commander. T3 land online here for Voss. Maybe we'll see some Percy's here shortly. Probably Titans first, and then maybe Percy's. Maybe Percy's first. We'll just have to see. A couple of units inbound from Team 1's Amon-Ra. I don't know how they got through the front lines. Maybe they got transported down there. Maybe not. I don't know. But there's some Titans running around just wrecking at the supply lines here for Team 2. So Train, he's not going to have as many forces on the front line here shortly. He's fallen as well into the yellow once again. He's almost looking at 4 star veterancy. He does get it. And every time RGB's like, I'm going to get him. So Train gets a veterancy, and he's like, just die. Stop getting veterancies. We do see that in the west. Blinchik being surrounded by Team 2's pillars. He's actually behind them in the sense that, they're literally behind him and he's behind them and that sort of thing. And those pillars just don't care. They're continuing to push. They don't care if the commander is there hanging out. Of course, Air is online in the T3 department here for both teams. We're seeing more and more blazes coming along this eastern edge here for Team 1's Chicken, and Team 2's Dimitri still hasn't plugged that hole. They've been running that train for a while now, and I'm surprised that he's just kind of let that go. We do see Percy is online for him, but he has now lost a nice little mechs there. There's still a blaze running around 2 star veterancy on board that unit. And Sir Train and RGB still having at it. Sir Train dropping below 6,000 hit points. RGB at 11,000 or almost 12,000. Sir Train will not win that fight, at least at that point. But he does have nano, which will get him 74 hit points, a second regen. Team 1's Battlefront coming in with a missile and T2 engineering suite. We do see a nice little Harbinger up here for Chicken going after this Trimex position owned by Bohanakakti. And we do see that those units up top on that plateau not feeling too well. Transport also inbound here for Team 1's Battlefront, and all the units get wiped out by the flak. The transport's still there that can do a little bit of damage, but not too much. And I don't think that transport... Oh, that transport might make it home. But it lost all of its passengers. Very unfortunate. In the middle, mainly... The action has been happening over here, and a little bit over here, and a little bit over here, but it's mainly, especially between the comm v comm action, it's only been happening down here. Everybody else in the game keeping their comms very reserved. Dimitri is on the front lines, but he's just hanging out underneath his little shield and T3 facility. He's producing more and more of those parashields, and now Percy's. Looks like he's just going to stack them over here, so there's no blazes running by. But looking very dangerous over here next door to a couple of Titans and Blazes. Lots of rapid-fire guns over here. I think Dimitri should be fine, but obviously things are known to just blow up in my face or other people's faces when I say something like that. Missile outbound from Team 2's RNA. Inbound for Team 1's Battlefront's Mex is up here. Claims another one. There it goes. That's 9 mass a second. That's 18 mass a second that he's lost so far. He doesn't have any T2 engineers up there, which means... Oh, no, yeah, that's T1. He can't produce any TMD, so that's going to be unfortunate. He's going to lose all of those mexes. Please kill TML, says Battlefront. Well, I think it's right. No, that's a TMD. That's a TMD. That's a TMD. And where's the TML? Oh, it's right here. It's right here. There is actually a Titan up here. It does kill off the TML Unfortunately, the missile is already outbound. A little too late for that. There goes another 9 mass a second, so 27 mass per second he has lost because of that missile launcher. Nano repair has been started for RGB. He's sitting at 3-star vacancy, and to train is at almost 8,000 mass killed, working on his 5th star vacancy. Has nano and gun. No upgrades as of yet. He probably should just go for shield if he's going to use that commander this aggressively, just to protect it even further. They'll allow him to push in a lot better because he doesn't have to worry about retreating when his health drops. If someone pings 10 times, maybe look at the deficit. Maybe. We have a nice little not tactical missile, but mobile missile platform of the Spearhead variety here for Team 1's. I'm going to piercing or trying to at least go after Dimitri's shields. There are some Team D being built, which will deal with that missile platform very easily. And again, look at this. He's sending all of his units to the eastern side to ensure that there are no run-bys ever again. And he's still recovering from a previous run-by earlier. So he's learned his lesson and is not dealing with that anymore. D2 coming online here for Amun-Ra in the north. And no upgrades here for Chicken. No upgrades here for Dimitri. No, he has gun, and that's it. And now we have a second missile platform nearby. His Team D's holding, but again, it's the whole how much can they hold out. Blinchik at 4-star veterancy. He has been fighting a lot. He has gun and T2 on board. But there are a lot of Percys now roaming the field. He could easily get one-tapped if he's not careful, so he has to be on the move and be off the front lines. We do see that Boss doesn't have any upgrades on board. Does have 1-star veterancy, though. And look at this. Team 2's Sir Train moving in and going to support Voss's position. Very interesting. He sends all of his forces away from this little fire base that he's developing. I don't know if he recognizes that RGB is going for an upgrade, so he doesn't really have to worry about that right now. Shield Heavy has been started for Chicken's commander. He's gone for a sensor package as well, so definitely one of those utility build commanders, not necessarily the offensive or defensive kind. Well, I guess a little bit defensive with the Shield Heavy, but of course the radar system, the sensor package, definitely one of those. It's not offensive or defensive. It's just, hey, I can see stuff around me kind of thing. Ras has been started here for Amun-Ra in the north. And he's the only comm on Team 1 not near the front lines, but we do see Battlefront is retreating and going to go back to his base. It is approaching that 20-minute mark. Those snipes are definitely possible here. And it's a lot easier to retreat and not die than stay on the front lines, be a little bit more aggressive and die because of it. Advanced range coming on board. Chicken's commander, I mean, he's pumping out those upgrades now. Look at that. Counter missile launchers online here for Team 2's Dimitri. Just holding position. Kills one of those missile platforms. Those spearheads. Those nasty little 4 missile nonsense. ARAS has been started here for RNA. He's halfway done with that. We do see those forces here for RGB shifting westward to counter the ones inbound for Sir Train. Sir Train, of course, still not really worrying about his opponent if he notices that it's still on upgrading. You see all the engineers. He has now moved, so he knows that the upgrade is now done. Whatever he was building, he doesn't know yet, but it's Regen Ore and Nano. So he has the basic versions of both, which will give him a ton of regen, and of course assist his nearby units as well. He has T3 online, pumping out those, those little offensives. I was going to say obsidians, but those are not the same thing. You see Shield is being bombarded by missile fire here from Team 2. Team D trying to hold out, but there's so many missiles inbound, just flooding the skies over here. The Shield's trying to hold. They're trying to go after the emitters, but the Team D is doing a decent job of holding here. It's just right in front of their faces. They're playing Missile Command over there very well. And in the east, another attack is starting to brew. Team 1's Chicken and Amun-Ra's forces clumping together. We could see some experimentals here shortly. It is 22 minutes on the clock. Transports over here to the east, dropping in units, possibly trying to run on the eastern edge of the map and go all the way around. There's a nice little hole. There is a flak, but that's not going to do enough. Transport really deciding what the heck to do. Okay, transport's giving orders to go, 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 go. Nuke has been pointed out here by Sir Train. Transport, of course, is being shot at. It will not be shot down. These Harbingers are going to get lots of value if Team 2 doesn't notice. And they're going to drop in Dimitri's base, maybe. No, they're going to keep going. They're going to keep going. Where are they going? Oh, they're going to go back. Yes, they are going to drop. PD does land. Engineers spamming up T1 PD. T2 PD also built. Those Harbingers going to be forced back a little bit. There are some gunships nearby. for Bo to assist, and that drop does not get as much value as you probably would have hoped. A couple of engineers die, but nothing really too vital. Of course, they'll enjoy that mass. And while Team 2 Sertrain pulls his forces away, Team 1 takes the advantage and just pushes through to the middle. There was a nuke pointed out here by Team 2 Sertrain, which makes me think it's for Team 1. I don't see. Oh, there it is. There's the nuke being built by Amon-Ra. It's a Stone Anger. He's going to send them back to the Stone Age. It's not going to be a good day here for Team 2 if that nuke stays online and does not get derailed by SMDs. This group in the middle, very dangerous for Team 2. They can go either east or south, and they're deciding to just hold. Team 2 sending everything he has to intercept where Sertrain is. And those units, I think, are just going to retreat. The Firebase is gone. The Othams are pushing in to assist, and the Comm is joining them as well. In the west is just kind of missiles, and more missiles. That's a lot of yellow dots here. That's a lot of dots. There are some sniper bots that just get eradicated. That is a very dangerous amount of missiles. Team 1's commander, Blinchik, needs to be very careful not to receive shots like that to the face. He's sitting over here going for Nano on board that commander, almost at 5-star veterancy. In the east, forces brewing here. Still, it's just constant, just back and forth of I'm going to build some units. No, I'm going to build some units. Now I'm going to stack up. Now I'm going to move. Now I'm going to shift. Now I'm going to move. It's just constant, just, you know, back and forth. There's really no engagement. Something's going to kick something off, and it's going to be possibly an experimental, most likely. Experimental built here for Chicken, speaking of which, and it is a Colossus. Hey, hey. That is the one-eyed monster. That is that Colossus. He's a Cyclops, and he's very tall. Transport laden in with a ton of Team 1 units inbound here for Balfron. There are interceptors nearby, and those units get dropped off. They are Lobos, so they'll actually be able to fire on Sertrain's position, and those PD cannot shoot up, at least effectively. So unfortunately for those PD and Mexes down there, they're going to get taken out. Love, of course, the use of the map to gain an advantage, quite literally a height advantage in that regard. That experimental here is going to cause some havoc here for Team 2. There is a chicken here for Dimitri. It looks like he was gifted over here by Team 2's Bo. Either he built it or he gifted him engineers and then he built it. Either or, he has a chicken to fight back. We have some Boltus nearby to deal with the rest of those Lobos. But 2 Mexes were taken out. I'd say that's definitely a nice little trade. 2 ringed Mexes. 2 T2 ringed Mexes. There we go. Versus a group or a squad or 2 of Lobos. Lots of Perseus over here distracting the chicken. Colossus is inbound as well. We are seeing some fighting occurring here. Is it going to just be full sending it? Nuke is outbound going for Dimitri's Firebase position. That's really going to hurt supply lines. And here comes the fighting. Units are inbound from Team 1's chicken, as well as from Amon-Ra to assist. That chicken is being forced back to that Firebase. We could see the... Oh, no, the nuke is going to get there before the chicken does. And then we see the forces for Dimitri go. We got to push in. We got to push in. There goes the nuke. It's going to singe the back line. Kaboom! Takes out the entire base. Couple of Perseus somehow survived that. Don't know how, but they do. Chicken is going to survive. Lots of Perseus, of course, rip experimentals down very, very quickly. There's another experimental here for Team 1's chicken. And that's going to, of course, give him a little bit of veterancy. Second veterancy almost on board as well. Going to give him 20% more additional hit points, 10 per medal on board that chest plate. We do see Othams being grabbed, Perseus being grabbed. That chicken is focusing on that Colossus. It could be a 2-for-1 here. Even if the chicken goes down, it could get the Colossus as well with its Ion Storm. It does die essentially simultaneously, and it's just death and carnage and everything. But there is a fat point nearby, which will give Team 2 a little bit more, not cleansing, but kind of a pushing back of Team 1's forces. There goes the Ion Storm in the middle of all of that reclaim. And it's pretty close to Team 1's position, but it's also close to Team 2's forces. So it's going to be a little bit of a hike for either team to really grab it entirely. But in the west, look at this. The missiles have proven effective, and they've pierced the front lines for Blinchik. He needs an experiment to really shove back all of these missile launchers. But there are so many Perseus online. That is the one thing, though, that I did mention earlier on about the experimental situation was Team 1 might have more direct fire weapons in terms of, chickens and Colossus. Team 2 only has chickens. But Team 2 does have 3 UEF commanders, which means they have 3 people that are probably going to build Percy's, Rec, T4, T3 units. So it is the trade-off of, well, we don't have a direct fire weapon experimental, but we do have a bunch of direct fire T3 units, and they are deadly in large numbers. Again, anything in large numbers is deadly. 1,000 of anything will kill anything. But the Percy specifically will kill anything. They are very, very deadly. We see engineers already on station. Colossus trying to do its best to allow the engineers time to scoop up all this reclaim. Chicken is going to love it. His eco, wow, that thing has scaled quite quickly here. We'll take a look at the game overall. Almost at 30 minutes on the clock, and no one has died. We have an air fight in the middle. Looks like it's going to go Team 1's way. Battlefront has a lot more ASFs than Team 2's RNA. He's not even the air player. Maybe there's another air fight that I missed. But anyway, Team 1, Team 2 have not lost a player as of yet. Team 1, 2.2k mass income. Team 2 at 2,000 mass income. The highlight, the player is producing a lot of mass for both teams. Chicken at 700. And then we see for Team 2, RNA almost at 550. And below him is Voss at almost 500. So lots of players getting a lot of mass into their coffers. Of course, we just had a huge fight over here that Team 1's desperately trying to go for, and Team 2. But it looks like Team 1's going to grab most of that reclaim before Team 2 has a chance. But let me know down in the comments who you think is going to currently win this game. Of course, if you haven't done so already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And of course, thank you so very much for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. And I think we'll make it to 30 minutes without anybody dying unless somebody magically control Ks right now. No? No, I think we're good. Wanted to give it a moment of silence just in case I didn't want to jinx anything. But look at this in the West. Team 2's Chevy Crimson player Avas pushing in. And that's really going to disrupt Team 1, especially with RGB right here. He could easily get swarmed, but Nuke is outbound for Sir Train's position, opening a door just like a skeleton key. And that key is going to open the door to a lot of deaths and leave only skeletons, if that, remaining. Of course, reminded of the Terminator 2 Judgment Day movie scene. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But here comes the Nuke, and boom, kills off almost all of his forces. Very unfortunate. It will open the door. The attack has to be sent in at this point. If you literally had somebody open the door for you, you might as well use it. And this is not going to help Team 2 in the middle. But, of course, in the West is looking very, very well. Lots and lots and lots of persons. There is a chicken online for Blinchick. He does have a lot of spam, which will distract a lot of the shots here from all of these Percies. But look at just all of the plasma raining in from those Percies. Nothing is standing in the way. Of course, they are losing a brother here or there, but it is not going to matter. Chicken is dropped into the yellow. Lots of T1 Zooey just not having a fun day today, especially the calm of Blinchick. He's about to lose his experimental. That chicken needs to keep moving, or will need to keep moving, or has to keep moving, or has to do something with the movement, has to move his legs, has to get that exercise in. Here comes Blinchick, going to come in and intercept. Some of those Percy's going to get singed by the Ion Storm, but of course the damage is done. His base over here is gone. He's trying to get to the main base. There is another chicken inbound. Unfortunately, that will stop that push. But it is not good here for Team 1 on this western side. Team 2 on this eastern side, facing off against a couple of Colossi. There are 2 Fat Boys and now two chickens, excuse me, on the front lines here for Team 2. Oh, it could have been gifted over by Amon Ra. That is, not Amon Ra, but RNA from that earlier comment. We do see another Fat Boy being produced by Dimitri. He's just going full Fat Boy. He's just call it a day. Artillery and not worry about it. Percy's mostly dealt with here now by Blinchick. He is receiving some fire. Has to be very careful he doesn't die, but he should be fine. There's not that much firepower in terms of the Percy's raining down on him. But look at this. This position is gone. Over here is gone. There goes the comm of Team 2 Sir Train. He tried to hold. He just wasn't able to. He should have fallen back at this point, but there's not much he could have done in that regard. And now Team 1 has claimed the first kill of the game at 32 minutes. And no one died before 30 minutes. That is a rare sight to see indeed. Another nuke is inbound. It's going to nuke this position. Unfortunately, there's one. Oh, it could lead the shot. If the chickens continue to go westward, that could be a great nuke from Team 1's Amon Ra. It's already killed off 87,000 mass. Done a very, very good job so far. And that's going to be not great story here for those chickens. It's going to singe the back of that chicken. Will it kill him? Will it be in range? Yes, it will. Great snipe here by Team 1's Amon Ra. Nice, nice snipe. And we even have some broadswords inbound. So even if the chicken didn't die to the nuke, the chicken would have died to the Colossus to broadsword fire. Flag needs to be built immediately to deal with those gunships, because those gunships could be looking at going after those Fat Boys next. We do see a couple of Janus inbound. Those Janus didn't launch any sort of napalm. That's definitely unfortunate. Colossus still charging, but it's starting to be very dangerous for Team 1 to send experimentals in, because 2, 3, 4 Fat Boys, that's looking like a deadly amount of Fat Boys. In the west, lots of missiles still raining in on that chicken. More Percy's coming in to assist. We could see a kill here for Team 2. The chicken is receiving fire, and the comm is, but the chicken looks like it's going to be prioritized. There goes the chicken. The comm will survive. There's a Fat Boy over here for Voss. And Flinchik is in range of said Fat Boy. Ion Storm activates. There's no... Oh, there's a couple of demolishers right there. Chicken, you're going to get a kill with that Ion Storm with the Percy. Oh, that's rough. That Percy walked right into that storm. Did not know what hit him. Quite literally. I mean, he knew he was running straight for it. I don't know why he was, but he was. In the east, look at this. Team 2 pushing in to Chicken's position. Chicken producing a donut. Team 1 definitely has air control, to say the least, so that's definitely a good move there. But, of course, now Team 2's RNA has gotten to the air game, so now it's a 2v1 in the air game, unless I missed somebody else. T2 online here for Amon-Ra, but that's it. Satellite, 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 satellite. More satellites here for Team 1's Balfron, so it's going to be a satellite play here. 34 minutes on the clock. And those gunships coming in, they're repping, or not repping, they're ripping apart. There we go, if I can speak correctly. The Fat Boy up. Chicken is inbound, and lots of indirect fire. That's not going to help against the chicken that's right in front of your face. Another nuke outbound, and Team 1 but suffers a loss. It is RNA that claims the kill on RGB. He walked in with a chicken, just didn't have enough firepower to back him up or get out of range. And that is a kill, dropping this game to a 4v4. Nuke, another nuke up onto the easter. That chicken probably will... I don't think it'll actually get out of range. I think that chicken will die. Ooh, that's going to hurt. Oh, maybe. Oh, it's going to be close. Oh, he doesn't get out of range. How unfortunate. Amon-Ra has been on point with those nukes, and Team 1's chicken has an emissary. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. There's the T3 artillery. Second one already half done, and it is now firing on the air grid for him. And Team 2 has their own artillery emplacement, the Hovatham. So we have T3 coming online, of course. Actually, no, it's going for the air grid for Bo. Bo not feeling well with the satellites overhead, and he might be dead as well. He has no shields nearby, and if those satellites decide, he will die, and he will not get home or get to safety. His home is destroyed, I should say, so he's not going home. Pigeons going down, air grid going down. Not a good day here for Team 2's main air player. Fat Boys on this eastern side, though, going to help out a lot. Where'd the donut go? Did the donut get built? Did the donut just get ignored? Where is that shot going? Why is that shot going way north? Look, it's still going. Look at that thing. It's still going. Hold on. Let's see if I can get a nice little angle on it. Can I see it? Oh, there it goes. Wow. Wow. Look at that. It went all the way over there. Look at that. Look how far that thing shot. Why was it shooting all the way over there? I don't know. But, And it's still shooting up. What is going on with that artillery? Oh, there it goes. Okay. It's coming into range now. Weird. It just shot way far north. I don't know why it did that. Anyway, well, I'm distracted by just random yellow dots across the map. Team 1's Battlefront receiving artillery fire from Team 2's RNA, and that's going for those satellites. That's definitely the more worrisome threat. He already has 3 of them online. He's going for 2 more, so 5 in total. He's getting a nuke online, which he's stopped actually producing shields. Definitely a good move there. Fat Boys continue to pressure this eastern side. Colossus trying to hide themselves in the water, but it's not deep enough. Another Colossus trying to be built. Team 2's Dimitri trying to push in as much as he can. He has a nice little exclusion zone happening, though, but there are a decent amount of gunships he has to worry about. There's a lot of AA being built everywhere, both mobile and stationary. So he's going to have a lot of coverage there. Love that the Omni is up on this upper plateau. Another nuke is up on Amon-Ra, is just pumping those things out. He's not stopping. All of his mass going for Mech Marines and for nukes. And that's going to be, he led the target. That's not going to be good for Team 2's Dimitri. There it goes. That's that face from, like, Steve Carell's face from The Office, like that. Oh, there it goes. It's going to be 4 Fat Boys caught up in the explosion. It's a great, great, great nuke. Here it comes. Ka-ka-ka-boom. Oh, that's got to hurt. Does come off a Colossus, though, with those Fat Boys before they die. But that is a huge, huge win. 283,000 mass killed for that nuke. Look at it. Ooh, I should have checked to see how much mass it actually killed. But 4 Fat Boys plus assisting units. That is a... Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Oh, that's not great for Team 2's Dimitri. He's gonna feel that in the morning, that's for sure. In the West, Chicken has been stopped, but man, look at Team 2. They had so much going for them over here, but they've been pushed back severely. Oh man, just that. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Artillery now raining in from 2 different locations for Team 2. Looking like there's a Duke. There it is. Boss has an artillery placement online. It's 2 artillery versus 1 set of shielding. And, well, not 1 set of shielding, but the air grid is down for Balfron. His satellite's still perfectly fine, though, so he's going to definitely be hoping that the subcom gods help him and protect that emplacement. We do see a Chicken pushing in. They might be going for that dual emissary, tri-emissary position. I like how there's just a tiny section of this grid that doesn't have a shield. What's up with that? You have a shield everywhere except this point right here. If an artillery shield lands there, that's not going to be great for that P-gen, that's for sure. This Chicken just full sending it. He wants to get distance inside that base, or gets distance. He wants to get into that base. Look at the move order just going straight in. Colossus is down. It's going to try to stop him, which it will do a great job of doing. It just depends on how far the Chicken gets in with the Ion Storm. Artillery being bombarded by laser fire and artillery fire. And Duke to the west being shot at by demolishers? Being shot at by something. That looked like T3 mobile artillery fire. That Chicken is moving in. Oh, gets stopped by Chicken. The Chicken killed the Chicken. Don't see that every day. Right outside the shields. The Ion Storm is going to kill off a mech or 2. Nothing too terribly lost, considering he could have lost 2 emissaries. How are the satellites doing? Satellites are doing fine. Lots of shields. Love to see that from Battlefront. And there goes Team 2's Voss due to satellite fire or Control K, either or. Nope, it's a confirmed kill. So Team 2 drops another player. It's a 4v3 in favor of the northern team of Team 1. Artillery fire raining in now on the nuke. Though, like, that thing is more dangerous than satellites or artillery fire at this point. That might actually be the thumbnail. It's just more deadly than artillery and satellites. Man, that thing, how much mass has it killed off in total? 284,000 mass. Oof, that is Game Ender's math plus more. Oof, that's a lot. That's a lot of, especially that one Fat Boy. That was very, very bad. That was not great for Dimitri. And look at this, because of that one nuke. I mean, the other nukes have helped, to be fair, but that one in particular, the pressure from Team 1 is mounting. Team 2 doesn't have that much in the tank anymore in terms of resources. Duke is going to go down here shortly due to combined artillery and laser fire, and now it's just the beginning of the end for Team 2's stage of Team 2's life in this game in terms of artillery. And I mean, the nuke's not going to help as well. The SMD was taken out, so that's another. Wow, that thing is going to get a ton of mass killed. I think at this point now it's just a race to see how much mass the nuke can kill before the artillery can. Okay, kill SMD, says Balfron. Strap bombers inbound to assist, because why not? Everybody wants a piece of that mass killed. Man, that nuke is going to get even more stuff killed, and all the everything else flees. Like, we don't have to worry about it. Strap bomber, no, it'll be fine. Kaboom! Kills off another artillery for Team 2. And how much more mass? 391,000 mass. That was a lot of mass worth. Dang. And now we see the emissaries focusing on the one Hovatham remaining. Not remaining, the only one there. SMDs are being targeted. The Team 1's going to win this game with nukes. The artillery helped, the satellites helped, but the nuke has been the main player in this game. And we see the artillery fire now switching over to satellites. We have a nice little bomber online. Will it take a hit? It did. It took a hit from the artillery. Wow, look at that thing. It just shielded that shield with its body. Agents being built to assist with the energy costs of running all those shields. Gotta pay the electrical bill somehow. There goes another Colossus over here to the east. Team 1 has their own Fat Boy online. Looks like that was gifted over by Amon-Ra, I would presume. Either an engineer or the unit, or both. Could have been he gifted over an engineer and he gifted over a Fat Boy. I mean, he's spending all his mass on the nuke, and it's really paid off for his team. He's been very, very good with that nuke. And look at the spam to the west. It's just cleansing the western side of the map here for Team 1. And there's really not much that Team 2 has left in the tank. 42 minutes on the clock here. Artillery still raining in on that satellite position, but I think, like I said, the nuke is the main player. We have 2 Dukes over here for Dimitri, but I don't think it's going to prove that useful to him. There is a Colossus trying to go after that SMD. Team 2 is like, no, 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 don't kill the SMD. We need that. Don't do that, please. Another nuke is outbound. Where is it going? There's an SMD over here. Has 3 anti-nukes loaded. Where is that nuke going? Looks like it's going south. Looks like it's going for this position probably. If it pushes further in, the SMD is probably going to catch it. So Dimitri 11 control Ks. He's like, I'm done. I can't do much at this point. And oh, it's going for the T3 land headquarters possibly. Will it drop for that? No, it will go for that. It'll be a nice little kill on all of those land factories. Kaboom! Kills off some core mass, or some other mass, I should say, as well. That's not going to feel good. How much mass has this king killed? 445,000. Can we see a 500,000 mass killed from 1 nuke? Can we see it? 43 minutes. 1 more nuke has to be very well placed, at least. We'll see 1 or 2 targets at a minimum that will yield that result. Mass, please, says Battlefront. Look at it. Look at the entire southwestern side. It's all gone. There's nothing left. And Battlefront says, mass, please. And he says, thanks. He wants to build his own nuke. He wants to get in on the action, get in on that investment. But Amon-Ra has really just, look at the dividends. I mean, 446,000 mass killed with 1 nuke launcher. The fact that it's still alive is amazing at this point. 3 artillery pieces. That shield probably wouldn't be able to hold that, or that shield could probably wouldn't be able to hold that much against that firepower, but they're so focused on the satellites. The nuke is just the little dangerous shark that's in the water. You barely see its fin, and then when it comes out to bite you, it really gets you. And it's got Team 2 quite a few times. At least, let's see, 1, 2, I think that's, no, that's a comm kill. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At least 6 nukes at a minimum. I think all of them have landed. I don't think a single nuke has been shot down from Amon-Ra. But here comes the Colossus and the artillery to go after, or at least the artillery from the Fat Boy coming in for the artillery for Team 2. Colossus is inbound, and those Dukes are going down. Oh, there goes the P-Gen. Ravager's going to feel the pain due to that P-Gen exploding. Shield pops back online, but it doesn't matter. P-Gen's gone. Artillery will go down with this P-Gen. Colossus done a very good job of going for all the power. There goes another P-Gen. There goes another P-Gen. Doesn't get the reclaim order off in time. Very unfortunate. 1 artillery still remains. Can he kill the last P-Gen? Yes, he can, but it doesn't volatile explode on him. Oh, will the crash damage kill off the artillery? Will the crash damage do it? Will it do it? Oh, 501 hit points remain. But it doesn't matter. Another Colossus is inbound anyways. Satellites overhead. There goes the artillery by those either Fat Boy or lasers in the sky. And I feel like Team 2's days are numbered. That nuke right over here to the east just completely flipped the game on its head, especially for this eastern side. There was 4 Fat Boys killed off by 1 nuke. Very dangerous. Artillery now landing on the nuke, but kills off some engineers. That's really about it. Here comes another shot. Again, at this point, it doesn't really matter because the damage is already done by the nuke. Can he get 1 more nuke off? Can you fire 1 more? He has it loaded. He's waiting to fire it when the SMD goes down. There's a backup SMD in this base to protect the artillery, but again, it's a losing battle at this point. We have Novax is targeting experimentals, not even targeting P-Gens or Mexes. Thought we had lost this 20 minutes ago. I mean, it was definitely looking like Team 1 was not looking good on both the East and the West, but like I said, that one nuke from Amon-Ra flipped the game on its head and essentially netted Team 1 the victory. Yeah, of course, the satellites definitely helped. The emissaries definitely helped. I guess they were there, and then now they're gone. Maybe they probably got destroyed by artillery fire, but maybe he reclaimed them. I don't know. I highly doubt you build T3 artillery and then you reclaim it. At least in terms of control K-ing it and then reclaiming it. Team 2 just on survive mode at this point. Can they last a couple more minutes? Chicken builds another experimental. Is it? And yep, it's another Colossus because it hasn't been anything else. The spam is inbound from Amon-Ra as well. He wants that SMD. The bomber dies. Nuke is launched. The first nuke is going to get shot down of the game. He was hoping that the Awasa bomber killed off the nuke or the SMD, but it doesn't matter. Team 1's player to the west here of Valfron launches that nuke. Actually, no, that's a different nuke. That's a Seraphim nuke. That's a YOLO. Excuse me. I couldn't. I was like, wait, hold on. I don't see a nuke over there. That's a YOLO. Oh, that's the first nuke shot down. That's the second nuke shot down. But again, that's a YOLO. That's going to pierce the SMD count quite quickly. What is that ping, says Balfron. No idea. Chickens roaming the map, going for kills, just trying to keep Team 2 alive. It's RNA and Boha Nakakti remaining. I'm surprised that he survived, given the fact that there was satellites over top his comm for a while. But he got out of range and didn't end up getting lasered to death, which is, again, very surprising. Air grid goes down once again. Chicken is now done. Chicken is almost done here for Team 2's RNA. Just trying to stay online, trying to stay alive. Another super nuke is inbound from that YOLO. SMD count 3 and 0. So one more super nuke or 2 regular nukes will do Team 2 in, unless they get more and more of them. This nuke is being hyper-loaded. Well, actually, it's not even being hyper-loaded. The shield is being primaried. 446,000 mass. Just so much mass. Oh, look at this. Three Awasa bombers, because why not at this point? 49 minutes on the clock here. This game is slowing down quite considerably just due to the fact that Team 2 just doesn't really have enough in the tank to keep going. It would take a miracle and a half for Team 2 to come back. They're building a YOLO because why not at this point? Here come the Lobos in from Amon-Ra to take the shields out so we can go after that SMD. The SMD is being targeted by those Lobos. Can he get it? He just needs a couple more shots. Nukes are inbound as we speak. Here comes a regular nuke. That gets shot down. The super nuke has clearance. SMD almost dies here as well due to the satellite pressure. All it'll take is one nuke or one super nuke. Who will get the nuke first? Looks like the YOLO will probably get it. Oh, the artillery now raining on top of that YOLO. He's loading it. It's almost ready to go. Gotta fire that thing. Fire it immediately. Fire, fire, fire. Gotta fire it. If you want that 500,000 mass kill with one nuke launcher, you gotta go for it. But the YOLO lands anyways. It doesn't even matter. Kaboom! There goes Bohanakakti. He's gonna get lasered by those satellites. It's not a good day for him. Takes a ton of damage from that nuke, and he's not gonna make it to the safety of the surface of the below the surface of the water. We have some omens in the water here for Team 1. Going after RNA's comm. Will they get the comm? Oh, 360 hit points remain, but nuke will land on the pond. It doesn't matter though. Team 2 will lose their final player of RNA due to satellites. Your nuke killed my satellite, says Balfron. It's like, that was mean. But Team 1 wins the game at 50 minutes and 39 seconds. MVP, I mean, I gotta give it to the man. He did a very good job. Amon-Ra, those nukes were on point. You didn't produce the most mass. You didn't kill the most things. You didn't make the most units. You didn't do all of the other stuff, but you killed stuff with nukes. 6.52. I think that's the kill kill loss ratio. Look at that. 6.55. Nuts. And that's mainly driven by the fact that he had that Stone Ninja. 446,000 mass killed with that nuke launcher. 216 killed with that one YOLO. It could have been 500,000 mass killed with the standard nuke, but it doesn't matter. That one Fat Boy nuke, 4 Fat Boy kills was just deadly. But let me know down in the comments what your favorite moment of the video was, or if Amon deserves the MVP or not. Thank you so very much for watching to the very end of the video, and I will see all of you in the next one.